Polls show the battle for the hotly contested 7th congressional district race remains close. The district includes parts of Hunterdon, Union, Somerset, and Middlesex counties. Democrats are banking on Assemblywoman Linda Stender to pick up a seat in Washington. But Republican State Senator Leonard Lance is waging a tough fight of his own. Adrian Supino reports.
Yes, good morning. I'm Linda Stender, running for Congress. Yes, going to be voting election.
The two candidates campaign inches away from each other and poll within points of each other. State Senator Leonard Lance and Assemblywoman Linda Stender are in one of the most closely watched congressional races in the nation. In the final days, Lance has gained some ground.
I have been endorsed by the daily newspapers, the Easton Express, the Courier News.
He's received all editorial endorsements. Even the New York Times endorsed Lance, one of two Republicans in the nation backed by the paper. Lance is praised for his fiscal conservatism and voice of moderation in leading the fight against state borrowing without voter approval.
I have a record of independence, and I think that is why I have received endorsements that would not usually go the way of a Republican, the Star-Ledger and the New York Times, because they both recognize my independence and that I've always tried to vote my conscience.
But the former Fanwood mayor has several advantages. A surge in new Democratic voters in the 7th, money. At more than $2.5 million, she's raised double the amount of Lance. Unlike her opponent, she wasn't challenged in the primary. And name recognition from 2006, when she came within 1.5 percentage points of incumbent Republican Mike Ferguson. Her showing may have helped Ferguson decide not to run this year. But some say last time, anger over Iraq helped her.
I think that people are more fed up in 2008 even than they were in 2006, and that there were people that when the election was over said, well, if you couldn't win that time, you'll never win this next cycle. But what, in fact, we see is that as a direct result of the failure and mismanagement of the last 8 years, that people in this district and across this country are ready for a change.
People are fed up with the economy and the money that has gone to bail out Wall Street. We asked both candidates about their plans for federal recovery.
I favor a second stimulus package, and I would choose to define that as a middle-class tax cut for working class and middle-class Americans. I also think we should investigate the rating agencies that rated quite highly the bundled mortgages as securities and gave them a AAA bond rating, and that clearly was inappropriate.
It has to start with regulatory reform. We need oversight that's going to be transparent, that's going to have accountability in it, that the high-stakes poker that was allowed to be played and condoned and encouraged that really caused so much of this collapse will be stopped. I think that we have to stop giving tax breaks to the corporations for moving jobs overseas. I think we have to bring our troops home safely, honorably, and soon so that we can stop spending $10 billion a month over there.
Lance says he would also like the troops home soon. As for those Lance newspaper endorsements,
I look at it this way. 2 years ago, I had all of the endorsements, and I, didn't win. So I believe that ultimately that people are going to make the decision.
Linda Stender is a spender.
Linda Stender is a big spender.
Lance has reprised the 2006 anti-Stender rhyme. Stender ads have attacked the pro-choice Lance's record on women's health and tied him to President Bush.
Leonard Lance and George Bush, perfect together, wrong for us.
She claims they come not from her campaign, but from the DCCC. A conservative third-party candidate could siphon some votes away from Lance. Both state legislators claim an edge.
I am New Jersey's leading opponent of borrowing without voter approval. I'm a fiscal hawk, and I will be a fiscal hawk in Washington.
The energy and excitement that I feel out there when I'm talking to voters and out meeting people is very supportive of my campaign and the Obama campaign.
Stender believes that thousands of new registered Democrats in this district excited about change and Barack Obama could propel her to victory. But Lance's legislative record and his recent endorsements could make this race a nail-biter come election night. Adrian Supino, NJN News, Island.